They're not killings. There was never any killing of children on the Israeli side. It was the killing of children from the Israeli towards the Palestinians.
Is she a manager or something? Like, I'm trying to wonder, like,
she's
what
part
you do
of,
here.
she's one of the organizers.
No, but hang on a second. But Abdul's an individual human being. He's a man. He can speak for himself.
Oof, a man. Okay, yeah, I understand that. But if you are going to put take his statements out of context,
I'm not doing any of that. I'm a Canadian. I want to hear Abdul's
I'm a
comments.
Canadian too, so you can.
I didn't ask to talk to you.
Okay.
Robert Krajcik here in Ottawa, Ontario, reporting for Rebel News. We're here on Parliament Hill at this demonstration protest, which is called the Ottawa Protest All Out for Gaza. It's organized by a bunch of student groups with names like Students for Justice in Palestine, Palestinian Youth Movement. We're hearing chants like Viva Viva Intifada, celebration of the martyrs, signage along those lines, criticisms of Israel, criticisms of occupation, criticisms of Benjamin Netanyahu. And we're going to take a moment to speak with the protesters, ask them why they're here, what their motivations are, what's on their minds. Of course, the background is the Saturday before last, there was a massive attack within Israel where Hamas operatives crossed the fence security barrier and entered the country, murdered about 1,000 people. The body count continues to change as more information is unfolding. Israel's already striking targets in Gaza. So you folks know this is a rapidly evolving series of events. And you can stay up to date with our coverage over at CanadaStandsWithIsrael.com. Please visit it. You can sign our petition to stand in solidarity with Israel and its people, and we're going to hand deliver that message to the Embassy of Israel here in Ottawa. And what is the protest about as you see it?
So yeah, I'm Palestinian. My great-grandparents had to flee Palestine on feet to Lebanon. So I'm here to just showcase to the world that we are with Palestine and that Gazans are not alone. They are literally in an open-air prison, and it's not an equal fight. There's no food, there's no water, they're dying, and no one's doing anything about it. And that's what I think everyone's here about, to showcase that we are here to support you and that Justin Trudeau needs to put an end to this because it's ridiculous.
My opinion, the reason I'm here to show my support, to show my support for everyone.
These folks are not from an actually accredited media agency. They're from Rebel News, which is just every day. Clips and make people upset, so they use people as punching bags because they're right-wing trash. So we advise people not to talk to them, and we're going to continue to see about why they're here.
So are you telling this guy not to talk to me?
No, if you have a good attention, you ask me to have interview, I have good attention to talk to you because
I have a good intention to interview you.
I have nothing to hide, bro.
Same.
I have nothing to hide, bro. I'm a human being. And as I told you, 10% of the Jewish original from Morocco, and I'm from there. That's it, that's all. There is no conflict. It's conflict is political.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Abdul, thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Is it police with Ottawa police, or is it?
No, this is like, it's just a chick, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you guys to leave this area because you're not accredited media.
We want justice, you say.
I don't.
For your kicks, and this is how you get clicks and money and fundraise. But your activities are hostile. That is not what's needed right now.
Do you say I'm hostile?
Your question and your lines of questioning are, and your entire outlet are.
You didn't hear my questions, and I'm going to respectfully decline your request for me to leave.
Always put the mic.
They're clearly sticking a microphone right in between us right now. They're in and amongst the crowd, agitating folks. I'm just sort of wondering if we can talk about some solutions over here, about what we can do about that.
So here we are outside the march portion of the rally called All Out for Gaza in Ottawa, Ontario. Behind me you can see a massive crowd. We were fortunate enough to speak with a bunch of participants, demonstrators, protesters, a bunch of minders. These activists tried to shut down these discussions, tell these participants, these demonstrators, not to talk to us because we're supposedly hostile media, but we broke through and people were willing to talk to us on the record, thankfully. The recurring themes that we're getting here is that Israel is engaging in illegal occupation. There's this critical view of Israel relative to the Palestinians, given Israel's increased strength, as if morality is held by those with less power. Also, we're seeing a sort of different version of history relative to what many in our audience might be thinking, and not a lot of critiques of terrorist operations, killings, murders that you'll see from terrorist organizations. Anyways, we'll share those shots with you guys right now. If civilians are being killed, if kids are being killed, is that excess? Is that justifiable? Is that unjustifiable?
Killing civilian people, innocent people, it should be stopped on both sides, all right? But when you say there is a limit, of course there is a limit, but does Israel knows its limit? That's what we want. If Israel knows its limit, give the Palestinians their rights, then yeah. If they attack back, then should be considered wrong, because killing civilians, it's wrong.
They're not killings. There was never any killing of children on the Israeli side. It was the killing of children from the Israeli towards the Palestinians.
Were any civilians killed in the attacks from Hamas that crossed the Gaza fence border?
That I'm not sure of.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you, but all I know is 700 plus children have been killed in the past week.
What about the operations of Hamas or other Palestinian organizations? Are there any criticisms that you have of their operations or their conduct, what
Their
they do?
operations are just to defend themselves.
With respect to civilians, are Israeli civilians being killed? Are their kids being killed? Is there anything on the side of Hamas that you're critical of that you think is excessive or damaging the Palestinian cause?
For me, myself, I don't know about politics, but myself, we're against all kind of kills everywhere in the world. We're here for peace. We're talking for the people, for stop killing everyone. We're not talking just for, I'm not in a position to talk about any other politics party. I'm talking about for peace, for kids, for women who are being bombed. We're against any kind of kills everywhere in this planet.
Hamas's operations, you put a resistance. Does their resistance ever target civilians? Is anything they're doing unjustifiable as far as you see it in a moral lens?
I think if it's true what they say, that they're raping women and children, I don't think this is true because there's no video evidence of this. If it is true, of course, there's nothing worse than this. But we like, if you look at the media, not even one video shows this happening. Not even one. If they can bring just one video, then I'm ready to say, oh, Hamas is a terrorist group.
I think I'm against the president myself, the Palestinian president. I think he's a coward. But I think if people have been occupied for 75 years, it's justified to retaliate. Just like Israel retaliated when Hamas did whatever they did, it's justified. 75 years of occupation, it's just that you have to, like, I saw this one post, it's like blaming Hamas for firing rockets is like slapping your terror, like you're a rapist. It's insane. Like, to me, that no one's doing anything about it, especially the Palestinian president himself, I'm not with. All these people, I don't think they're with him because he's a coward and it's unjust. Everything is just very unjust.
You should represent fairness, justice. You have to be fair. You have to be unbiased. And last but not least, to all the Canadians, listen to the right message. Do not listen to the biased media.
Dear Rebel News audience, if you value and appreciate our on-the-ground reporting that you're not going to see anywhere else, please consider contributing to offset our operational costs. Also, you can sign our petition to express support for Israel, a letter of solidarity that will be delivered to the Israeli embassy here in Ottawa. Please visit CanadaStandsWithIsrael.com.